All right, so we are just going to review for our quiz. What type of function is this? Quadratic. And what do you do to that parent function to get this? In other words, what does this minus 6 do to the whole thing? Down 6. All right. You can fill in the domain and range now if you want to, but I don't like to do it until after I have the graph and I can look at it. So let's go ahead and graph it. Let's see if I can get all this on at one time. So if you want to graph the parent function first, you can. So remember quadratics, they start at 0, 0, and then they go up the 1, 3, 5 pattern. Remember that? So there's my parent function, and then to get the graph that they want, I just have to move everything down 6. Okay, so now I have my final graph graphed, and in my opinion, it's easier to look at this final graph to determine the domain and range. What will the domain be for this quadratic? All reals. For every quadratic, the domain is all reals, right? But if you forget that, you don't have to memorize it. You can look at the graph. You're going to keep going to the right over here, and you're going to keep going to the left over here, just slowly, but you'll eventually get there. Every single x value gets covered over, eventually, if you make a big enough graph. How about the range? Y is going to be what? Yes, Ashley. You got it. Greater than or equal to -6. That's my -6 is the smallest y value I ever get out, and then I'll get everything above it. I don't ever get these ones down here. So my range, greater than or equal to -6. Perfect. So you're going to do that same thing for the rest of these. Don't forget to add domain and range to each one. And I think all of these are good. On the second page, you guys can cross off number 11. And then I think on the very last page, the back of the whole thing, you could cross off 21. You guys can do it. It's just, let's leave it in. It's not such bad to remember how to do the lines. Okay, so let's stop this here.